I'm Josh with Dutton Tools, and this is the installation guide for the Universal Sander Light. I'm going to show the installation on a Festool ETS EC 125, but the steps are identical for most other sanders. A quick reference guide has been provided showing some common sanders with the cut lengths for their cushion, clamp, verticals, and pre-bend shapes for the verticals. The tools needed for this installation are a set of tin snips, a 5/16 nut driver or socket, a pair of pliers, and a tape measure. Start by cutting the cushion to length. Simply wrap the cushion around the body of the sander and cut it, leaving about a 1/2 inch between the ends of the cushion. Next, measure the length of the cushion and cut the clamp 2 inches longer than the cushion. Slide the standoffs over the clamp and assemble the clamp around the body of the sander using the 5/16 nut driver or socket. It's important to leave the clamp loose enough so the standoffs can slide forward and backward for later adjustment. Now let's turn our attention to the frame. If you would prefer the barrel jack on the other side of the sander, slide the frame out of the lens and slide it back in the other side. Pre-bend the frame so it's roughly the shape of the sanding pad. Do not worry if it doesn't match the sanding pad perfectly. We will be able to adjust this later. Next, we'll pre-bend the verticals. Like the frame, we are only trying to get them close. We will adjust everything after the sander light is assembled. Many sanders do not need the verticals pre-bent at all, for example, the DeWalt 5-inch sander and the 3M Extract. Bend the verticals to conform to the body of the sander. Here, I'm using a nut driver to help me place the bends exactly where I want them. Check your progress by holding the verticals near the final position and making adjustments as needed. Once you're happy with the shape, you can cut the verticals to length, making sure not to cut through the desired mounting hole. Save the cutoffs. In most cases, they can be used on the other side of the sander, or they can be saved in case you need them in the future. Now we can begin adjusting the height and final position of the light. The goal is to adjust the light so it's not touching the sander and is roughly 1/8 inch above the work surface. First, adjust the height at the back of the sander. This can be accomplished by sliding the standoffs forward and backward while adjusting the angle of the verticals. This is also a good opportunity to adjust the forward and backward position of the light as well. Then raise the center of the light and tighten down the bolted connections at the bottom of the light. Last, you can tighten down the clamp around the body of the sander and make any final adjustments by bending the verticals and the frame of the light. A few zip ties have been provided to help route the power cord with your sander's power cord. If you have any questions, please visit us at duttontools.com.